Hi, Thao. Hi, Wai Dong.
Teacher,
Okay. And Wai Dong, can you hear me? Wai Dong, can you hear me? KET. Let's go to KET. Wai Dong, I can't hear you, sweetie. Oh, big voice, sweetie. I can't hear you, okay?
yeah.
Okay, let's go to, okay, here. Okay, we're going to go to test 2 vocabulary and then test 2 KET and then speaking next. Okay, speaking, test 3. Okay, let's go to the vocabulary for test 2 first. Okay. Okay, this is test 2 you did last time. Let's do test 3. Just want to go down and see if there's vocabulary at the end of this book. Test 2 vocabulary. Test 3. I'm going to go to the speaking first and see quickly here. Okay, let's go to test 3 then. See what test 3 is here. Okay. Okay, let's talk about books. Let's do, what kind of books do you like to read, Thao?
I like read comic book.
I like to read comic books. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay. What kind of books do you enjoy reading, Wai Dong? Do you like adventure books, comedy books? What books do you like, Wai Dong? Wai Dong, I can't hear you. Something with your mic or I can't hear you, Wai Dong. You have to fix your mic. Your computer is not working. Take your mic. Yes. Now try again. Wai Dong, I can't hear you.
Adventure book.
I like adventure books.
I like
It,
adventure book.
what does adventure mean, Wai Dong? You know the word adventure?
Yes.
What does adventure mean? Wai Dong, what does adventure mean?
Where?
Well, you just remember, if you say something to me, you must know what you are saying. You said I like adventure stories or adventure books. Why do you like adventure books? What does adventure mean, Wai Dong? You can't say a sentence and you don't know what you are saying. You need to know the meaning of the words. Adventure. What does adventure mean? Adventure. What does that mean? Do you know, Why don't? I can't hear you, Why don't? Do you know?
No.
Cuộc phiêu lưu, cuộc phiêu lưu, cuộc phiêu lưu.
Okay, that's adventure. I like adventure books. What do you like best about the kinds of books? Now, what do you like about comedy books?
I like a story in a comic book because the story is very fun and it makes me laugh.
Okay. What do you like about adventure books, Why don't?
Because I very like.
No. We don't say I very like. Remember?
I really like
Okay. What do you like?
because I really like read One Piece.
You what? You say again?
I really like read One Piece.
No. What do you like about the books?
Yes.
What do you like about adventure books? Why do you like to read adventure books?
Because
You can read. Yes.
I feel it's very really I think it's really happy.
Okay. Can you read number C, Why don't? Read number C. Read number C. I like this type of book.
I like a comic book
Why do you like comic books?
because comic book is happy and I really like it.
Okay. What part do you like about it, Why don't? What part do you like about it? What part about the comic book do you like? Thao, can you help him? Can you say what part you like? Thao, what do you like about comic books?
I like the story in the comic book because the story is very funny and it make me laugh.
Okay, Why don't? Why do you like comic books?
Because I like see a picture in it and I read it very happy. I read it, I felt very happy.
Okay, that's good. I like to see the pictures, and when I read it, I feel happy. Yes. Where do you buy books, Thao?
I buy the comic book at shop book.
At the bookshop?
Yes.
Okay. Where do you buy your books? Why don't?
Yes.
Where do you buy your books? Why don't? Where do you buy your books? Why don't?
I buy in income.
Where do you buy it?
I buy it in income.
Do you buy it in a bookshop?
Yes.
Okay. When do you read books, Thao?
Yeah.
Thao, when do you read books?
I read comic book when I read comic. I start to comic books when I 9 years old.
Okay, when do you read?
When I bought a comic book and go to home, I opened the books and read it.
So you read every day at home?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't? When do you read your books? I usually read.
I usually read it in. I usually read up. I usually read before I sleeping.
I usually read in the evening or just before I go to bed.
Yes.
Okay, say it again. I usually read.
I usually read before I go to the bed.
Before I go to bed, not to the bed, to bed.
Before I
Go to bed. Good. Okay. Okay, so what do you like best about comedies?
Mm. You can say again.
What do you like best about reading comic books?
Uh, I like read. Or I like read a funny story in a comic book.
Why don't? What do you like best about your reading comic books?
You can read again.
What do you like about reading comic books?
Sorry.
Why do you like to read? No. Don't say sorry. Try and think. Why do you like to read comic books?
Because I really like a comic book. I read to I want to sleeping.
No, why do you like to read comic books? Why do you like to read comic books?
I really like comic book because I really like read comic book because I want to story in the comic book.
Okay, Thao, when do you read your comic books?
I read comic book free time at home.
Okay, and where do you buy your books, Thao?
I buy a comic book at bookshop.
At the bookshop. Why don't? Where do you buy your comic books? Why don't? Where do you buy comic books?
In a bed.
I can't hear. Say again.
I like read a book on the bed.
No. Where do you buy comic books?
I buy in the bookstore.
In the bookstore, not the bookstory, in the bookstore. Yes.
Bookstore.
Okay, when do you read the books?
I read in the bed.
No, when, not where, when.
Oh yeah, yes. I read before go to bed.
Okay. Good. Let's go here. And now we're going to go to number 3. Okay, let's talk about books. What kind of books do you enjoy reading, Thao?
I kind book. I read comic book.
What kinds of books? So you like comic books, okay. What do you like about the comic books?
I like a story in comic book because is very funny and make me laugh. I really like comic book.
Why Dong? What kind of books do you enjoy reading?
A story make me laugh and I can sleep very late.
Okay. What do you like about comic books?
What?
What do you like about comic books?
I like picture and the story about it.
Okay. Where do you buy books, Thao?
I buy comic book at bookshop.
At the bookshop. Good. Where do you buy comic books, Wai Dong?
I buy book in bookshop.
When do you read the books, Thao?
I read a comic book at free time.
In your free time, Wai Dong, when do you read comic books?
I read book every free time.
In my free time. Okay. Why do I know? Thao, tell me something about the best book you've ever read. Tell me about the best book, the book you like the most. What is the best book that you like?
My best book. My best book I really like is comic book. Or uh, a comic book is very funny, and my best book and my best comic book is called Doraemon. It's very funny.
Okay. Why Dong, what's the best book that you have? Why Dong, tell me about the book you like the most.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about shopping. What do you like to buy when you go shopping?
I like to buy food when I go to shopping. When I go shopping,
What do you like to buy?
I like to buy uh, uh, food when I go shopping.
You like to buy food. Do you like to buy clothes?
Mm. Yes, I uh, when I go shopping, I you usually buy clothes.
Clothes, okay. How much do you usually spend on clothes?
Uh,
How much money do you spend when you go shopping for clothes or for money?
usually I um so spend my clothes and food is 5 5 500 500 dong.
Okay. And what is the most expensive thing that mommy buys sometimes?
I think things that this
What do you think is the most expensive thing that mommy buys? Can it be what food is the most expensive? Is it meat or milk or bread? What is the most expensive that you can buy?
uh, I parents bought uh, uh, meat is
The meat is expensive.
Yes, in a supermarket.
Where do you go shopping?
I go shopping uh, in supermarket. A supermarket.
Okay, all right. Why don't? What do you buy when you go to the shops?
In the supermarket. Teacher,
I can't hear you, sweetie. Big voice.
in the supermarket.
Okay, but what do you buy?
I buy a clothes in the supermarket.
You buy clothes.
Yes.
Okay. Um, okay, what is the most expensive thing that you bought, Waidong?
No.
What is the most expensive thing that you bought? What food is it?
Is first is ice cream. Ice cream.
Is ice cream the most expensive in your country?
No.
What is the most expensive for you to buy?
A chicken.
Chicken. Is chicken expensive?
And so,
Is the chicken expensive?
no.
What is the most expensive?
Oh, sorry, I don't know.
No, you have to think, Waidong. You can't just say, sorry, I don't know for everything, okay? What is the most expensive? Is it chicken or meat? What meat?
Yeah, no, chicken.
So chicken is expensive, okay. Let's go to the next question, okay. Do you like to buy clothes? Waidong, do you sometimes buy clothes? Waidong, I can't hear you. Waidong, I can't hear you, sweetie. Waidong? Okay. Thao, describe something nice you have bought recently. What did you buy recently that was nice?
Uh, um, supermarket. I bought uh,
Okay, tell me again.
recently I bought uh, clothes and clothes is nice.
Okay. Waidong, what did you buy recently? Waidong, what did you buy recently? Why? Tell me. Okay, where's Wydong? 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 I can't hear you, Wydong.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Tell me something nice. Here. Something you bought that was nice. Here, Wydong, look.
I bought a shoe.
Shoes?
Yeah.